Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. So, last week I went to the store and while I was shopping for groceries, I tried this little thing that I thought of that could help me save money and get more food and stuff. So I'm going to share with you today. So, when you're going to for example, I shop at Myers. I have the rewards program, so sometimes I'll spend some points and get a little discount on my groceries or have their special deals or whatever. I just like specifically going there because I think they have a great fruit selection. Have you ever? I don't know if you've tried this thing called a mangosteen, but it has some white pulp in the middle and it has a brown or black hard skin around it. I was gonna call it a shell, but it's more like skin. It's not really a shell. But it's really good, and I've only seen it at Myers, so that's just one of the fruits that I like to buy there. But about the little strategy that I used. So, for reference, okay, let's see. At the beginning of August, let's see how much money I spent this week, and I'm talking about literally just. I mean, no, not this week. I think I spent $88 this week on groceries. So it is now August 19th, so we're I think 10 or 12 more days until we're done. And that's about 2 weeks. I've only spent $144, which is insane because usually that's what I'm spending right now. But about last year, so I used to spend $150 on freaking groceries, which it's insane. And I'm really glad that I figured out how to get a lot of food and snacks and be pretty satisfied with the variety of meals I can make and still get to enjoy food while not spending that much, because 150, so that's about $600 a month on food. And yeah, that's just a lot of money. So in my mind, I thought, wait, what if I just spent $400 or $300? And I think I'm doing pretty well with that because I'm obviously not spending 150. I'll usually spend not usually. I'll accidentally spend $100. I'll be like, oh wow, $90. That's a little bit much. Maybe I need to cut it back or try something a little different. Or I'll spend $90. I'm like, yeah, I want to get a little treat or make some sort of fancy dish or something. Just try some stuff out. Which is nothing wrong with that. You try different things. I'm in my 20s. I can. It's called taking smart risks. Something that could probably help you or make you feel good. That's great. And it's also, I don't do it all the time, so it's a nice balance to it. So let's see. Oh, yes, so I used to spend $600 on groceries, and I think from starting this year, or yeah, starting this year, I've not only started spending, let's see, I've only started spending $60 to $80. That's sort of the range I'm at right now, which is a lot better than where I used to be. Sometimes I'll spend 60. That's $90 that I didn't have to spend that week on groceries. That is a lot. That is literally a week's worth of groceries. That's insane. I mean, oh gosh, holy moly, that is insane. But every week I try to get a little better, whether I not buy as much food. And I'm not talking about starving myself or getting miserable. I've just figured out how I'm just learning how to. I'm trying to learn how to just get as much variety and as much food, and I get to still enjoy food while also getting to save a good amount of money. For example, this week I went a little out with it. I'm gonna be honest. I made a couple different things. I made some. I find those high protein meal prep online, so I love to try all those different recipes, and a lot of them are actually really delicious. I'm not sure if I found one Like, I found a couple that I'm like, oh, I don't really know how to make this. I'd obviously have to practice more, or one that I'm not sure if I found one I didn't like or not. I usually like all of them pretty well. But, like, for example, this week I bought a bunch of different ingredients to make broccoli cheddar soup and nacho cheese burritos, which are so delicious. And what was the other one? Oh, meatball subs. I used hot dogs, by the way. I was going to use regular subs, like sub bread, but I was like, you know what? It's going to taste good. Like, I can just use hot dog buns. It's no big deal. It's going to taste great. And it did. All of that food tasted great. I still have like leftovers I can use for like this week, so I might not. I usually go shopping on Wednesdays. I might not even go shopping like this week because I still have a lot of food, and yeah, that's just gonna help me a lot. So let's get right into it. So this is the strategy I use. So it's like really simple. Like unless you didn't have a phone or a physical calculator, or you didn't know how to do math, unless like you fall into one of those little things, I'm pretty sure you can do this. I use a calculator, or I started using a calculator. I first used it last week. So, usually when I'm going shopping, you like to look for the cheap items, whether it be buy generic brand or just have a completely different switch. Like, I used to buy chicken breasts a lot, but now I just buy chicken thighs. They're super delicious and super juicy, and the skin is oh gosh, yeah. Chicken thighs are delicious, and they're still high in protein. It's chicken, so it's good for you, and it's nice. It's cheaper. Cause yeah, chicken breast is really cheap, but chicken thighs are like $1 or so cheaper. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just get chicken thighs. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just yeah. So whether it be switching to a generic brand or switching to like a completely different food altogether. There's a bunch of different ways to just like save money, act frugalously on like buying groceries and spending money like that. So I'll look at the prices of everything. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't want to buy that. That's like $13. It's not worth it. I'm good. Or I'll look at something and I'm like, I could buy this, but I really don't need it. So I'm also good on that too. But this is what I did. So, the problem was I was looking at the like cheap prices of everything, buying the cheap stuff, but I still bought too much of it. So like let's say for example, everything's like $2. So if you bought like 20 items and each item was like $2, that'd be $40. Or but then you're like, oh well, everything's $2, so I can buy a lot more. But then it just kind of it can be like if you buy 25, it'd be like 50 items because everything's $2. And then it just kind of gets to the point where it's like, okay, I'm spending $150, but I buy a lot of stuff, and some of that stuff, like, you might lose it, or might break it, or it might just get wasted, especially if it's like food. And then you're like, damn, I spent a lot of money, and it wasn't worth it. Because I just simply bought too much stuff. Like, I did not need all of this. Which I'm pretty sure a lot of people will say, like, don't go to the store when you're hungry because that can increase impulse buying. So I'm going to try that whenever I next go shopping and see how that works and tell you about it probably. But, actually, I probably don't need to. I don't know. But, yeah, it was really simple. I just took a calculator there, and let's say, like, I bought a bag of chips, and then I put in the calculator 6. I put the number 6 and then the plus symbol. And then I bought like some cheese snips, so I put in 3. So it'd be 6 plus 3 equals 9. And I'd press the equals button and it would say 9. And then that would be a total. And then when I bought something new, I would press the plus symbol, the button, and the new number to add to that total. And that's what I just kept doing. So like if you have a total of 9 and then you buy something that's worth $5, then you press plus 5, 14. Is the new total, and then you just keep adding to another total and another total after that. And I mean, I told you like all the food I made. Like I bought a lot of food. This should easily last me like a week, and I could probably stretch it out to 3 weeks. Honestly, maybe I don't know. I can like yeah, I can eat this food for quite a little while. Plus, that's not all of the food that I didn't. That's not all the food that I have. Like, I still have some more food. Like, I can eat leftovers, or I have a bunch of canned food that I can eat, and that'll keep help me out a lot. So that's the other thing. Like, I'm just eating all of the food that I have until I completely run out, or I'm close to running out, and then I go shopping and I'm like, okay, now I need to restock again. Because I used to be like, okay, I'm buying food, now I'm buying more food, and I'm just buying more food, and I'm not like eating any of the more food that I buy, which is a huge waste. I used to waste a lot, but I've gotten a lot better at it. I don't really waste if or at all, and I eat all the food, and yeah, I just think realistically, I'm like, you know what, I thought about eating this, and I'm like, oh, I could do that, but then I'm like, you know what, I actually wouldn't eat this. Why would I buy this? That doesn't sound very smart, so I just didn't buy it. But yeah, like, I think my total for this week, last week, it was like $88, and in the calculator, because I wanted to atone for take into account there's sales tax, sometimes something isn't priced exactly, or there's a little mistake. So in the calculator I had 92 as my total, and then I was like, okay, yeah, but I'm 92, I'm probably gonna spend $100. I'm gonna just go to the cashier register and just buy all this. And then when I bought it, it turns out I overestimated, because it was only $88. Which was insane. I'm like, this food could literally feed me 2 or 3 weeks if 3 weeks if I stretch it out, 2 weeks easily. So how did that happen? And that was just because I used the calculator. I gave myself a little bit more control. It really helps out. It's really simple. It doesn't take, it takes literal seconds. You're just putting in a new number, making a new total, and it gives you that good amount of control, because you know how much money you're approximately spending. You're not gonna accidentally spend $20. You're not gonna accidentally spend just a lot of money. You know approximately how much you're spending, and I know approximately how much because of the calculator. But also I'm like, you know what, I might spend accidentally a little bit more because of sales tax, or some mistake. Some people they'll price the wrong thing or stuff like that. So you never know. People make mistakes. It's no big deal. It's just something that happens. But I would definitely recommend trying this out if you haven't. You just next time you go to the store, you just you get a calculator, and you type in 2 numbers to make a total, and then every item you buy, you add to the total, and that's approximately the amount of money you're gonna spend for that whole trip. So not because I used to just, I said, I used to just buy cheap stuff, but then I would accidentally just buy so much that I couldn't use or I didn't need, and it was just impulse, because I was like, oh, it's cheap, I can afford this, but I just accidentally bought too much. That's why it would be $100, $120 or whatever. But now I'm like, I'm in more control because I know approximately how much I'm going to be spending. Instead of counting all of the items I have, I'm counting the money itself. I would technically count it up, the money, but I would literally just look, and if it was a low price, I would take it. So I would just buy too much on accident. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I'm going to probably start doing that more. Just take a calculator with you, add up all the different prices, and then when you're like, okay, I'm kind of stretching it a little bit, I'm gonna go order, and you either might overestimate, which is good because that means you're spending less, or you might underestimate and you might spend a couple bit more, but it's not accidentally $20. It's probably at the most 10 or stuff or whatever like that. But yeah, that's all I got. That's what I did, and I think it's pretty cool. It's a good strategy. Feel free, try it. It's definitely really cool and helps out. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. I appreciate the support I'm getting on my channel. I think my last video got 200 views. I'm like, holy crap, that's insane. What the fuck? But yeah, I'll talk to you all later. So I hope you have a good day. Continue your frugalist. Spending, continue being smart with finances. I trust you, and yeah, we're gonna make it. So, hoorah! That was kind of cringe.